Hello everyone and welcome to Take and Make Crafts at the Rockville Center Library. This week we're going to do a donut craft, and this is the donut I made. In your craft kit you will have a paper plate like I have with a hole in the middle, and brown and pink paint and some pom-poms. Yours will be loose in the bag, so be careful when you shake them out. So I just painted around brown, then pink, maybe a little bit more brown in the middle, but you can do whatever you like. And I stuck my wet pom-poms right on the paint and let it dry that way, but if you like, you can wait for your paint to dry and then glue your pom-poms right on there. And that will be your Take and Make craft. All right. And our first book will be The Doughnut Chef by Bob Staake. Look at those beautiful end papers all full of donuts. Once upon a summer's day, a donut chef was heard to say, "On this street where people stop, I'll open up my donut shop." The store was cozy, made of brick. He got it ready super quick. He washed the walls, he swept the floors, he hung a sign above the door. It's called Donut Land. He stacked his pots, he cleaned his pans, he dusted off the ceiling fans. He grabbed a spoon, then turned a knob, and set the stove to do its job. That donut chef, he worked so hard by mixing flour, sugar, lard. He baked his donuts fresh at dawn, then hoped by noon they'd all be gone. At first, one man walked in the store, but then a line snaked out the door. The donuts soon were all the rage, adored by folks of every age. Soon word got out of this success, and to another chef no less, who said to him, "Your shop is through when my store opens next to you." Oh, that's mean. Indeed, with two shops on the block, both selling donuts round the clock, well, people asked, you might have guessed, whose donuts are the very best? Two donut shops on one small street. For customers, they did compete. Each used his donut selling tricks before he closed his doors at 6. If one chef dropped his donut cost, the next would add more chocolate frost. If one would scream, "Buy 2, get 3," the other yelled, "But mine are free." Free? They made new flavors, quite bizarre, like cherry frosted lemon bar and peanut brickle buttermilk and gooey cocoa mocha silk. They tried new shapes beyond just rings. Their donuts were such crazy things. Some were square and some were starry. Some looked just like calamari. That's that one, I bet. Some were airy, some were coney, some resembled macaroni. It wasn't long before the sweets looked not at all like donut treats. They'd lost their taste, they'd lost their soul, they even lost their donut hole. The chefs continued with their feud, cooked up more crazy frosted food. Then in walked little Debbie Sue, a teeny girl just barely 2. She looked at all the donuts weird, the flavor strange, the toppings smeared. She looked and looked but could not find the one that was her favorite kind. "Excuse me, mister," said the tyke, "but where's the donut that I like? It isn't here, it isn't there. You think it's under that eclair?" "Oh, surely," said the chef with grace, "your donut's in this donut case. We've donuts laced with kiwi jam and served inside an open clam. Donuts made with huckleberries. Don't be scared, they're kind of hairy. And donuts made from spiced rum pears, so popular with millionaires. We've donuts lighter than a wisp, donuts gooey, donuts crisp, donuts dressed just like a Shriner, donuts major, donuts minor. If we don't have it, you can bet it can't be found, at least not yet." The choice of donuts left her dazed. Said Debbie Sue, "But I want glazed." The crowd went silent, jaws hung low, a flavored choice from long ago. No one orders donuts glazed. The chef was startled, then amazed. A donut glazed? That's so old time, from when the donut cost a dime. Yeah, hey, I like glazed, a voice chimed in. Me too, I love them. Where have they been? Then all the people sang in praise of simple doughnuts dipped in glaze. The clever chef got a thought. He turned his stove to super hot. Flour, sugar, just a cup, and in a bowl he mixed it up. He let it cook, knew what to do, and ding, the timer chimed on cue. Your doughnut's ready, Debbie Sue. She popped the doughnut in the air, and in her mouth it landed there. She chewed it, smiled, and gave a wink. There's nothing quite like glazed, I think. The crowd called out and yelled, I'm next. Bought Glazed Delights by cash and checks. The donut chef, he wrote the line, Amazing Glazed, his store's new sign. Now throngs of people happily wait to buy his donuts by the crate. The donut chef, he'd never guessed of all the flavors he did test, that most folks loved a glazed the best. The end. Our next book is If You Give a Dog a Donut by Numeroff. If you give a dog a donut, he'll ask for some apple juice to go with it. When you give him the juice, he'll drink it all up. It's a thirsty dog. Then he'll ask for more. There won't be any left, so he'll just want to make his own. He'll go outside to pick some apples. When he's up in the tree, he'll toss you one. Throwing the apple will make him think of baseball, and then he'll want to play. You'll have to get a ball and a glove. Of course, he'll also need a bat. He'll ask you to pitch. He'll hit a home run. Then he'll do a happy dance to celebrate. That is a happy dance. Dancing will make him hot and dusty, so he'll need some water. He'll probably start a water fight. You'll have to dry him off with your bandana. He'll wrap it around his head and pretend that he's a pirate. Then he'll want to go on a treasure hunt. He'll find an old kite and want to make one himself. You'll have to get him some sticks, paper, and string. When the kite is finished, he'll want to fly it. It will go higher and higher until it gets tangled in the apple tree. The tree will remind him of apple juice, so he'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if he asks for some apple juice, he'll want a donut to go with it. The end. So If You Give a Dog a Donut by Numeroff. Our next book is Please, Mr. Panda by Antony. Oh, another pretty donut end pages. I love those. Please, Mr. Panda. Would you like a donut? Give me the pink one, said the penguin. Nope, you cannot have a donut. I have changed my mind. Oh, I wonder why that is. Would you like a donut? I want the blue one and the yellow one. Nope, you cannot have a donut. I have changed my mind. Would you like a donut? No, go away, says the ostrich. It's rude. Would you like a donut? I want them all. Then bring me some more. No, you cannot have a donut. I've changed my mind. Would anyone else like a donut? I had to go upside down because the lemur is upside down. Hello, may I have a donut? Please, Mr. Panda? You can have them all. Thank you very much. I love donuts. You're welcome. I do not like donuts, said the bear. I guess please was the magic word in this book, which it usually is. And that was Please, Mr. Panda by Antony. And for our last book, it's The Case of the Missing Donut by Alison McGhee. More donuts on this page. Donuts, how the sheriff loved them. Cinnamon sprinkle, glazed, powdered, all so tasty, all so delicious. specially powdered. The sheriff and his deputy were working on a special assignment today. Their mission, to bring a dozen doughnuts safely home. Together, the sheriff and the deputy greatly admired one doughnut in particular. It was so plump and powdery. Then the sheriff closed the lid. Time to get these babies home. It was a big job. The sheriff had to walk with great care. Otherwise, the doughnuts might wiggle around in the box. Their sprinkles might fall off. They might even get smushed. Who knew what might be going on inside that box right at this very moment? Better take a look-see, deputy. Whew! It all was well in Doughnut World. But wait a minute. Was that one a little smushed? Yes, it certainly was. This would not do. The sheriff decided to even it up. Still not perfect. Took another bite, maybe a little more. Just a teeny bit more. Uh-oh, doughnut down. The sheriff had only been trying to make a good thing better, but now look what had happened. A doughnut had disappeared. Its whereabouts were unknown, and the evidence was gone. Right, deputy? But there were still so many doughnuts left, no one would ever have to know a doughnut crime had been committed. Onward, said the sheriff to his deputy, and he closed up the lid. The sheriff and his deputy tried to act normally. The sheriff tried to carry the doughnuts normally. He tried to smile at the citizens of the town normally, but acting normal wasn't that easy. Well, hello, Sheriff, said Mrs. Flaherty. How was that doughnut? The sheriff froze. Good morning, Sheriff, said Mr. Bryan. Did you enjoy your doughnut? Did Mr. Bryan have X-ray vision? How do you think they knew? Look at his mouth. That's funny. Just then the sheriff saw his friend Kareem. Greetings, Sheriff, he said. It's an excellent day for doughnuts. Was the sheriff living in a town of mind readers? Yikes! Destination home. And in they went. Well, look who's back, said the sheriff's dad. How was your walk? Good. Was the sheriff's dad looking at him funny? Did anything interesting happen, said the sheriff's mom. No. Was the sheriff's mom looking at him funny? Said the sheriff's dad to the sheriff's mom. It looks as if we're missing one doughnut. So we are, said the sheriff's mom. So we are. Were the sheriff's parents on to him? Sheriff, would you happen to have any information about this case? It was no use trying to get away with the crime in this town, especially when you were the sheriff. Tell me the truth, said the sheriff. How did you know? Good question, said the sheriff's mom. Maybe the deputy can answer it, said the sheriff's dad. Uh-oh. Looks like Deputy Dog ate a doughnut, too. Sheriff looked at the deputy. The deputy looked at the sheriff. And then they both looked in the mirror. Case closed. The evidence was plain to see. Sugar on the boy's face, sheriff's face, and sprinkles on the deputy's face. The end. Case of the missing doughnut. Well, thanks for listening. Have a great week. Take care now. Bye-bye from the Rockville Center Public Library.